Bard Rock Cafe is brought to you by SassyGamers.com and viewers like you. Links to Sassy Gamers, our Patreon, and our social media accounts can be found in the show notes. Previously on Bard Rock Cafe, after getting paid for a job well done, the party ventured back into the obelisk to find out where the second tablet of fate was. While inside the obelisk, Epi nearly died by reading a book of forbidden knowledge that showed him a possible future. Now Epi and Rook are off to sleep for the night while Brock and Armbar go shopping. What could possibly go wrong? Find out today on Bard Rock Cafe.
Alright, welcome back to episode 22 of Bard Rock Cafe. At the end of last week's episode, the party went into the obelisk and found some more interesting information. Decided to split up, with Brock and Armbar going shopping, while Rook and Epi go visit Rook's mom at the brothel for Epi to get a nap and Rook to check in. So, with that, let's go ahead and get started. Rook and Epi, we will start with you.
Alright. So I'm helping Epi to the brothel because Epi doesn't look so great.
Thank you.
Shouldn't be too far.
You're a good person. You know that pat her on the head, which may require reaching up a little bit.
Don't pat the head, but thanks.
Alright.
So, Rook and Epi, you make your way through the docks district, and you're definitely getting some looks because, Epi, you look really bad. Like, you look like you're at death's door, because you just were.
It's fine. I only knocked a couple of times.
Yeah, but nobody stops you. You make your way safely to the brothel where Rook's mom works.
What's it look like?
It's not run down, it's just the place has been there a while.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense? Like,
that's what's
it's
up.
It's an established establishment.
Right. So, like, it's not new anymore. It's not run down. They keep the place going. They keep it kept up. But it's been there a while. You can see, like, the chips in the wood. You can see the faded paint on the sign. That sort of thing. The sign itself says The Winking Beholder. And as you make your way up to the front door, there is a massive half-orc that is standing watch at the entrance. Rook, you recognize this as Balgrug. He has been the doorman for about 7 years now.
Okay.
He sees you, and you see him, and he just kind of smiles and motions for you to head on inside.
I stagger along behind her.
Welcome.
He raises an eyebrow as he sees Epi with his arm around you.
Yeah, don't get any ideas, Balgrog. He dying.
Well, not yet. Hopefully not soon.
Right. Listen, your mother is free currently. We haven't hit rush hour yet, so you can find her on the second floor.
Alright. Come on, Epi.
There's a rush hour?
Oh, yeah.
Alright. Huh.
Yeah, it's only about 5 o'clock right now. Not rush hour.
A little early.
You're still at work.
Yeah.
It's 5 o'clock somewhere, and that somewhere is here.
Most people get drunk first. Anyway.
Alright, so I know this brothel really well, so I'm just gonna take Epi on to the second floor.
Okay, so you do make your way up to the second floor, and it's, familiar sights and sounds, and it's fairly empty right now. You see everybody kind of scrubbing the place down. You smell, like, the scent of cooked meats in the kitchen, like people are getting their meal before the night gets going.
Yeah, they need their energy.
Right. Make your way upstairs. You know your way around. So the private rooms up top are kind of like in the back. And you and your mother didn't have nice accommodations growing up. So you had a room, but it was more of a little closet space that was attached to her room.
Mm-hmm.
So you know where that is and you make your way there.
Sounds good.
Unless you want to stop somewhere else.
Nope.
Epi's kind of gawking as we go by.
You a brothel goer, Epi?
Not really. One died one time and I brought her back, but aside from that, not really.
Yeah, it's not for everybody.
I don't really see the appeal of a winking beholder. I mean, just the tentacles really aren't something that turn most people on, right? Surely that's no thing.
Don't worry about it.
How many eyes does a beholder wink with? Does it only do one eye, or does it have to use half its eyes?
If you were here, you could look at the sign.
You can see the artistic rendering. So I'm kind of looking around, I'm like, so clearly they know you.
Yeah, I mean, I live here.
Alright.
Yeah.
I suppose that's one way to make sure they tip.
Huh.
So you reach your mother's door. You just head on in.
Yeah, I don't even knock.
Okay, just open the door. See your mother in the middle of putting on some makeup, sitting at kind of a little well-used desk with a mirror on it. She wasn't expecting anyone, so she whips around, then immediately just jumps up. Rook, you're back. I haven't seen you in a while. Where have you been? What are you? Stops and takes in Epi. Back at you. Looks back at Epi.
Hey, Mom.
Then immediately asks, are you pregnant?
No. Some of us don't do things like that, Mom.
You know, Epi is fairly, you can tell he's blushing a little bit. He's like, Ma'am, I assure you, that's not why I look dead.
Yeah, Mom, this is Epi, my almost dead friend over here. I just brought him in because, you're not doing so great. Thought it'd be better if he slept
You
here.
brought a boyfriend back with you? And, she walks up and, Epi just, she pulls you over to, a chair and sets you down and is like, so, where are you from? How did you meet my daughter?
Mom.
Well, Epi kind of grins. He's just like, well, I'm from the North Ward. Can y'all hear the washing
really?
machine in the
And
back?
she, looks at Rook. The North Ward?
Mom.
I'm having... Epi's just grinning at him. Oh, don't worry. So, we met through a mutual friend, a business owner, actually.
Really? Do tell.
Yes.
How long have you been knowing my daughter?
She doesn't know me, Mom. Oh my god.
Epi's grin is just slowly getting wider. It's like, well, I assure you, sometimes it's more polite to let her choose. She's very shy.
Oh my god. You too?
So, listen, Epi, it's so nice to meet you. Most people don't look exhausted when they get here. And she, gives Rook the side eye. And
Well, you would not believe it. She has such a strong arm sometimes. Really, saves a man in a pinch.
Epi almost died from a book, Mom.
So, Rook, you know your mother very well, and you know she is doing this specifically because she knows this is not your boyfriend.
She knows your type. It's not scrawny tieflings.
She says, a book. Well, it wouldn't be the silliest thing I've heard. And you hear my daughter has a strong arm, you said.
Like iron.
Tight grip and all that?
Oh my god.
Yes. Could debark a tree.
Right. And at this point, you see...
Rook is sweating.
And you see Rook's mom break a little bit, and she just starts laughing. She's like, alright, that's enough.
That is enough,
I know
Mom.
my daughter well enough. Welcome back, dear. Why don't you tell me what's going on with your friend here?
Really, it was a book. I mean, it's kind of complicated, but I think Epi could use with some, some rest, maybe even a back rub or something if Epi's into that.
I don't know, Epi, what are you into?
No, Mom.
Her hand is on your knee at this
Oh my
point.
god. Mom.
Epi's ears turned down just a little bit, and it's just I appreciate it. Honestly, just a bed, any bed, flat surface really. The floor will do nicely.
Oh no, we can't have you sitting on the floor. Well, there's only two beds here. There's mine and there's Rook's.
You're the one who's in
Epi
bad
looks at
shape,
kind of the
Epi.
bed over there.
You can take my bed.
That's probably for the best. We might have visitors soon.
Yeah.
Ah, right. So, do you mind if me and Rook use...
Pull up here for the night? No. Feel free. There's nothing to hide here.
I'm sure. It's been a pleasure meeting you. So, my name's Epi. What's your name, Mrs. Rook's mother?
Oh, you can call me Miriam, dear.
It's a pleasure to meet you, Miriam.
And you as well. And you do notice, Miriam is beautiful in her own way, right? She's had a hard life, but she's still got that elegance to her when she's not being an ornery mother.
Epi's noticed. Epi's trying very hard not to notice.
Rook, Well, why don't you take your friend and show him where he can rest, and then come back and talk further?
Okay. Come on, Epi.
Epi sort of follows.
Yeah, so I,
Looks back.
I'm nice. I take out the warm blanket,
Aw.
throw it on Epi, and then walk out. Back to my mom.
Epi just face plants into the bed. Thank you, Rook. I owe
And,
you one.
It's kind of it's a narrow twin bed that's just kind of in the closet space. Like, it's a decent-sized closet,
Mm-hmm.
but it's been converted to a very cramped bedroom.
Beats the floor. This is probably the only bed that nobody slept that way on in the entire place.
That you know of.
That I know of.
That is a question for Rook.
I guess.
I don't know. How
Well,
strong
it's
is her
Arizona.
bed?
It's strong enough.
Moving on.
There we go.
Right, just cruising right on past that.
Alright, so I go back out to see my mom.
She pulls out one of the little chairs that goes next to the table. She's still doing her makeup. She's like, "So where have you been? Still getting into trouble with Mr. Felix?"
Yeah, I mean, it's a little more focused now, Mom. I know you always told me you wanted me to make friends or whatever, so I guess I'm kind of like getting to know people.
Really? This is the first time you've brought anyone home.
I know.
And I understand. I do. This is not the most family-friendly place. But I'm happy to see you've got someone who's a friend.
Yeah.
What happened? What changed?
Do you know, well, the Bard Rock's all smushed and everything. I was there when it hit.
You were there?
Yeah. I mean, I got out, but it was a thing.
Are you
Yeah.
okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Okay.
I'm fine, Mom. It was a big thing, and Felix wants to rebuild the Bard Rock, so I'm kind of helping this Philip, the owner, and a couple other people to fix what happened.
So are they friends or are they professional acquaintances?
Ugh, I don't know. I guess professional, but I mean, they're not bad.
Okay, I'll take it. I have very few friends, but I have a lot of professional acquaintances. It's okay to be friends with good people.
Yeah, Mom. I guess you're right.
And she points at your shoulder, and who's this new friend?
Mom, like you to meet Fairy.
She's pointing at Fairy, yeah.
And, Fairy, this is, as you've definitely heard, my mom.
Hello! At this, your mom kind of jumps just a little bit back, she smears her mascara just a little bit. She looks over at the raven that's on your shoulder, and she goes, "Oh,
Yeah,
it's actually your friend." She's like, "Hi, I'm her familiar."
yeah.
Okay. I know what a familiar is. I didn't know you were able to find them.
Magic, well, let's just say I got a rare opportunity with this one. A lucky one. And I stroke Fairy. It's been kind of cool. It's better than a pet.
Oh yeah, I'm a lot better than a pet. I like Rook. She's really nice as a master. Even though I've only been with her for 14 hours at this point.
And you've been a really good familiar. Not that I have anything to compare it to, but, Rook is really uncomfortable being nice.
You hear the most muffled from the closet. Better than Dot.
So Miriam kind of leans forward. She says, "So are you staying safe?"
Yeah. I mean, nothing too bad has happened. I'm super lying because I've been shot at and all kinds of stuff have happened to me. Should I roll a deception check or does she just know?
Yeah, roll deception.
I rolled a 5. 2 plus 3.
Okay.
I didn't do a good job.
Yeah. Well, and it's your mom.
Yeah,
right?
it makes sense.
So she's like, "I know it's not really my place to tell you what to do with your life, but working with Felix and taking on these kinds of jobs, just be careful. Don't trust everybody. Find a few people you can and stick with them."
Alright. I mean, it's been
She's
fine.
She's wiping away the mascara that she smeared.
So how have you been, Mom?
It's been very strange lately.
Strange.
With the clerics not able to heal, it's been a lot darker. People coming here, it used to be they came here for fun. Lately they seem to be coming here to get away.
Oh. Yeah, it mustn't be fun to have stressed out clientele.
Well, it can be, but the experience is a little different.
Huh. But you've been okay? Like, everyone's been treating you alright?
Yeah, nobody really wants to mess with the doorman. And I can hold my own.
I know, Mom.
And you do see, as you are familiar with, the tiny little dagger that she keeps in her boot. You do notice it, strapped to her ankle.
That's my mom.
Very delicate. If you didn't know it was there, you wouldn't see it. She says, alright, well, how long are you staying? Do you need anything?
I'm just staying for the night. I don't think I really need anything. I just, wanted to see how you were doing and stuff.
Well, I'm glad to see you. I've worried about you. You should check in more.
Okay, fine.
And don't leave your room such a mess next time. I had to go in behind you and clean it.
Mom, oh my god. Fine.
Alright, go tend to your friend. I need to finish getting ready.
So, alright, Mom. I'll, see you tomorrow morning.
Alright, good night.
Good night.
I'll try to say hello during breakfast before I go to sleep.
Yeah, I'll catch you then. And so I guess I'm staying on the floor in the closet. Is there space?
There is space. Like, there's room for it to be a small-ish walk-in closet.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, it is a cramped bedroom, but it's still, you have room to do stuff.
Cool.
Right? So it's like a really, really tiny dorm room.
Yeah.
Or maybe like a loft area, it's...
I gotcha. Yeah, so I'm gonna talk to Fairy a little bit before I go to sleep.
Okay.
So I'm gonna kind of like sit on the ground, like against the wall, and be like, "So Fairy, this is where I live. This is where I grew up."
It seems nice. Your mom seems nice.
Yeah, she's nice. She cares. That's more than I can say for a lot of other moms. It wasn't that bad growing up here. It was friendly, I guess. It's a little stifling.
Yeah, your room's kind of small. Feels a little bit like a cage.
Yeah. And, yeah.
I don't know if I like it. Sorry, I know it's your room, but I don't think I like it.
It's where I find myself outside a lot, so I'm not offended. I just kind of need a place to sleep.
So what do you do? I've only known you for like less than a day. What do you do?
What do I do?
Epi is right there on the bed. Epi, are you writing in your book or are you asleep?
At the moment, Epi has got, face planted into the pillow, but you can definitely see just a little eyes peeking out, like,
Okay.
Do I notice?
This is the most Rook has ever talked. I don't know. It's not a very big room, so probably?
Okay.
Epi's got curly hair.
You don't seem like you're trying to hide it too well, so Rook, you definitely notice that Epi is not asleep.
Okay.
Flopped onto the bed. But yeah.
So
what do you do?
I'm a thief, Fairy. I mean, I'm really good at it. I've been working solo for like longer than a kid should, but I'm really good at it. I'm easy for me to hide. I'm not scared. Yeah. Steal rich people's stuff, really. I mean, not anymore. I mean, I might have to again. Who knows? With this other plane stuff.
Okay. Well, that's okay. I've known thieves before.
Yeah.
So,
how long have you been alive?
Oh, wow. I've been around for geez, I guess I kind of lost track around year 500.
500? Fairy, what the heck? How many people have you been familiar to?
Oh, well, a couple here and there. I mean, I'm from the Feywild and time's funny there. So, I mean, sometimes a day in the Feywild is like 10 years here, and sometimes like 10 years in the Feywild is a day here. It's complicated. So, I don't know. I've been around a while.
What happened to your last guy again?
You mean the wizard that you found me with?
Yeah.
He died. He got ambushed by goblins before he
Right.
could finish the spell, and I spent like forever in that circle.
Well, at least you're not there anymore.
Yeah, this is much better. That was a cage. This is plenty of space.
Yeah. Well, you said I was nice, so hopefully that'll continue. I don't know.
Well, I'm your familiar, so, you don't have to be nice to me, but I appreciate it.
She puts on a tough front, but she's actually very nice. Don't worry about it.
Good night, Epi.
Look, I know the bed's not that big, but I feel bad making you sleep on the floor, and he scoots as far over as he can. Now, he's not big, but if it creates room.
So, like, it's a small twin bed, but you are both very tiny people, right?
You're right.
So you can both fit.
Rook's thinking about it.
It will be really, you'll be cozy.
You know what?
She's trying to spoon you.
I'm gonna use...
Epi is a little spoon. You know how big this man is.
Rook is thinking and goes, we'll sleep head to feet. You know what I mean? And then she grabs like a bundle of random clothes, puts it at your feet, and sleeps with her head facing your feet. Good night, fairy.
Epi just kind of... You know that I have sharp hooves down there, right?
Don't put him in my face.
Noted.
Rook turns away from the hooves. So she's facing away from them.
Yeah, just canonically, Epi has night terrors.
That's, I don't completely know that, I guess, or I never figured that out, so...
Okay, hang on. Evens or odds?
Odds.
Oh boy. So Fairy does find a perch to nestle down in for the night.
Good night, fairy.
What does Epi say in his sleep? Actually, no.
Mm-hmm.
Epi, as you sleep, you have really terrible nightmares.
Oh boy.
You keep flashing back to that moment when you read the book, and that creeping darkness. And on some level, it feels like the darkness is still touching you and reaching out for you in some way. Go ahead and roll me a Constitution saving throw.
Yay! Okay, we're gonna roll the red dice. You know what? No, we're rolling big dice today. We're rolling big dice. That landed in the corner. That's a 7 plus 3 for a whopping 10.
That is the DC. So,
Oh, thank goodness.
despite your nightmares, you do manage to get a long rest. It is not your best sleep ever, but it is restful.
Okay.
Yeah, so you have nightmares all night, but you still manage to sleep through the night.
Yeah, Rook, you hear an infernal Epi just muttering something to himself?
Like in Infernal, is that what you said?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, Rook, is there anything else you would like to do as Epi passes out?
Nah.
Okay. So, that's you two for the night. Brock and Armbar.
Don't forget your towel, the podcast that aims to play every RPG in existence with horror.
How do we not? You are responsible for this. This was you. You've been keeping us here this entire time. So you could kill us off one by one? Is that what this is?
None of this is real.
The bug is here, Candace.
Oh God. Comedy.
And Winter has been up already milking the griffins.
Winter, can you tell us a bit about the process of milking griffins?
Well, I mean, it's much what you would expect, really.
I don't really expect much, so please tell me.
Well,
it certainly defies expectations.
Yeah, please do tell.
And insanity.
The stakes are quite high then.
Time is of utmost importance. Can't you see?
Yeah, the clock block is...
There can only be one.
Steve!
Cool. So clearly you can tell that no one knows what they're doing, but this is going to be interesting. So hold on tight to your seats and make sure you have your towels, because here we go.
Find us wherever you get your podcasts.
Brock and Armbar.
So, I have a question. Brock would hopefully know this. We have a discount at the General store.
Yes.
They sell armor there.
Yes. So the General's General Goods Store generally has anything from the player's handbook at the listed price. You get 10% off.
Alright, so Brock goes there to buy some studded leather armor.
Okay, you're able to do so. The studded leather armor has stitched into the collar the logo for the General's General Goods Store, but you are able to purchase it. Seems like there's nothing wrong with it. It's quality armor.
Awesome. And then I don't think I'd be able to get this there. Brock has an idea. He had an idea from the meat locker at the Goblin facility. He wants to have a wagon custom made.
So, as you look around, you get the sense that that's not really something A custom wagon? No. They have, in the automotive section, there's wagons. Just like the generic kind. Some assembly required.
It's like an IKEA store.
Pretty much, yeah.
For wagons.
It's just a really giant cardboard box with, a little baggie with a screw and some hammer and nails and stuff. And lumber. But nothing custom made.
Yeah, that's what Brock suspected, so... Brock's like, Armbar, I think we need to go talk to Astra to find out who made that wagon for him.
Where are we gonna find him?
I mean, we know where he lives. Or at least where he works.
Let's go scout him out. What do you see there, minibar? Yeah, oh yeah!
Alright, so we head towards where we know Astra to be.
Okay, so I will say that Astra is not actually working right now. Astro has had a very big day too. But as you leave the General's general goods store, as luck would have it, you see off in the distance, Astro seems to be purchasing something from a food stand.
Astro!
He jumps, and starts looking around until he sees you, and then looks much less nervous. He goes, "Hey, what do you need?"
I was wondering if you could refer me to whoever modified your wagon. I have an idea for my own custom wagon, and I need to have it built.
Oh, well, listen. So that was, a favor for some of my other clients, and, we don't really like to talk about names and stuff, but, what do you need? What did you have in mind?
Alright, so I want a large wagon, one of the larger models, closer to a carriage. And when we were in the Temple of Helm, there was that meat locker. They had they had that magical fungi that was keeping it cold. I want to use that to store food, so I can have a wagon where I travel around and sell food, and I can make fresh food on the wagon, is the idea I had.
Like the meat towers.
So Astro, he starts realizing what you're saying, and he's like, "That's a really good idea. It's like a food wagon."
Yep, that's exactly what I was thinking of calling it, the food wagon. A food truck, if you will, for trucking along.
You are an innovator and a genius and a gentleman. I'll tell you what, that sounds like such a good idea. I'll have somebody get in touch, alright?
Perfect.
Don't ask too many questions. I know a guy who knows a guy who knows a guy who knows an enchanter, okay? Just don't ask too many questions. They'll get you taken care of. I don't think that mold was magical. I think that was just the mold. But, I'm sure they could spruce it up with some magic effects if you'd like it.
Right. Yeah, it's just what gave me the idea. I thought that was what was making it cold down there.
Okay, yeah. I'll get back to you on that. I'm gonna go to sleep after I finish this hot dog.
Alright, that's all I needed. Thank you so much, Astro.
Yeah, good to see you. Maybe we can work again sometime. Together. All of us.
Yep.
Alright, see ya. And he just starts hobbling down the road because he's a gnome and he's tiny.
Alright, is there anywhere else you need or want to go, Armbar? Minibar?
I was just gonna make comments on what you're doing, but we're moving kind of fast.
Well, looks like you're gonna need a driver for that there food wagon. Maybe Minibar and I can help you out with that.
Oh, absolutely, champ. Once we get this going, I figured it's going to take a couple of weeks to get the Hard Rock up and rebuilt, at least. And once it's done, we have a second location on wheels.
This'll be taking off there, boss. We'll be shooting for the stars.
Armbar, give me a D100, please.
I got a 44.
Alright, so, where are you guys going right now?
Trying to think of what... It's only 5 o'clock at night for us, so there's plenty of time. I think Brock would want to go give Roshi an update on what's going on with the Tablet of Fate and what he and Epi saw.
Okay, so that's actually perfect. So you're heading back up to the Temple of Ogma.
Yep.
So as you get closer, you see someone wearing kind of the vestments and the religious attire of Ogma, and he's holding 2 books up in the air, and he's screaming out, "The end is coming! This is the end of days!"
Oh, not this crack again.
Wait, did Epi tell us any amount of what he saw?
Canonically? I don't know.
Not yet.
Not yet.
No, Epi just conked out.
He did mention, he did ask you. The only thing was he did ask you if that book was about the end of everything.
The future. Right. And between that and the fact Brock knows the Tablets of Fate being on the ground is a bad thing, he's like, "Brother, you have no idea."
What? I have no idea. What do you mean?
Tell you what, tell me why you think the days are ending, and I'll share what I have with you.
Meteors are falling from the sky. The gods are silent. Healing has stopped. There is unrest in the city. Brother is fighting brother. It is the end of days.
Actually, you have a better idea than I thought. That actually pretty much hits the nail on the head. I mean, the only thing that could be worse would be if the meteors were Tablets of Fate or something.
He just kind of roll an insight check.
That is a 7 plus... I don't know, Brock. Where is my insight? Insight is +0, but I get +1, so that is an 8.
Okay. He's got kind of the Tucker Carlson squint going on, as you say that. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I know what you're talking about. He looks very suspicious.
Yeah, but he doesn't have a response. It's kind of like Jehovah's Witness and the evangelist met on a street corner, right?
Yeah.
And they're both saying the same thing, but from very different points of reference. So it's
Right.
I don't want to argue with you.
Tell you what, man, will give you some insight. I heard the other day at the Three Towers, they were having a bard off, and a symbol of Malil just showed up during a random performance. It was the only thing that we've heard from the clergy at all week. Just showed up for this random guy's violin solo.
So you've spoken with the gods.
Brock did not say whose it was. Brock did not say it was his violence.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. So where did this
Brock
happen?
is messing with this.
When did it happen?
At the Three Towers about, and I don't know how long we were imprisoned at the Goblin thing, like 3 days ago.
Yeah. It's like, this is phenomenal news. I must go there to preach. And he immediately just starts making his way to the Three Towers, to that corner, to start giving his doomsday message. So you'll have to account for that later.
Brock just thinks to himself, Sarah, I am so sorry.
Yeah, you and Sarah are going to have a heart-to-heart about sending doomsday evangelists to her street corner outside of her artist cafe. Anyway, so you make your way to the Temple of Ogma. What do you do?
I look for Roshi.
Roshi, he is currently... It's interesting. When you last saw Roshi, he had, like, a long beard and, like, he was balding. He has completely shaved his head. And you notice he has dyed his beard red.
Roshi, I love the new look.
Oh, hello. How do you like it? I'm trying to go for more of a rock star vibe.
I dig it.
Awesome. Listen, whatever you did last time, that gave me that singing voice, do you think you could do it again? Because that was great.
I'd love to, but, my impression is that it was the wild magic, which I have no control over whatsoever.
I was really afraid you'd say that. That's disappointing. My voice not really built for it. How can I help?
Now, first of all, I could give you those music lessons we talked about, and we could work it up the old-fashioned way.
Oh, I may take you up on it. I'm a little out of my prime. Hello, Armbar.
How you doing?
Hello. When did you become a father?
Well, I have to tell you something. This little guy just came out of nowhere. Like I owe child support or something to some broad.
Was this also the wild magic?
I would assume, I would hope so.
Yeah, that's probably, we're never 100% sure, but the only thing is, Minibar here is still around, and the wild magic usually wears off. Besides me turning blue, it usually wears off, so...
Right.
Call him Minibar?
He's a Minibar, alright. He looks just like me, spitting image. Even got the same ornery attitude, so watch yourself.
He just looks kind of... He's impressed and a little afraid. Because, now this is getting out of hand, now there's two of them. That kind of thing. Alright, well, you came here for a reason. What can I do to help?
Alright, so, the last time that, you were at my cafe, we talked to you about when we went inside the Tablet of Fate.
Yes.
I realized that if this tablet told the past, it could tell me where the other tablet was. So we went back inside, and I asked it. And it showed me, but I got the impression it was on another plane. And Brock describes the icy mountains and the frost giants and the wolves and the woman he presumes is a hag. And I'm trying to figure out how I can figure out what plane that was on.
I see. Well, if there's frost giants, then it's probably not hell or the abyss, so you can cross those off. So you're looking at probably either the plane of water at one of the poles or the court of winter.
Alright, that is half of the things down. That is a huge improvement. How do we narrow it down to just one of those, or should I basically just... Because I don't know how easy it'll be to do interplanar travel once, let alone twice.
Well, I'll be honest, that's not really my wheelhouse. And you didn't give me a lot to go on, like snowy mountains. That's not really detailed.
Brock's trying to think if there's anything else that stood out to him that would be helpful. That's all Paul the roleplayer remembers was those details.
Yeah, I mean, all you really got was crashing into the side of a snow-capped mountain, frost giants, white furred wolves, and a very elegant-looking lady that is older, giving directions to the frost giants.
Yeah, so the only thing I remember was this lady seemed to be in charge of the frost giants, even though she was not a frost giant herself. I don't know if that's helpful. That's the only other detail I remember.
Let me ask around. I'm not the only priest here. We all have our specialties. Let me see what I can dig up.
Alright, I appreciate that. It's going to take some time before we can find a means to do the interplanar travel anyway, but if I knew which plane I needed to go to, that would be really helpful.
Yes. From what I understand, you need something from that plane, and that's very tricky. So, best of luck with that. I'll do what I can on this end.
Thank you, Roshi.
You're welcome. I'm holding you to that meal.
Absolutely. I just made the last payment towards getting the contractor to start reconstruction today, so we're hoping to get construction started by the end of the week.
Oh, wonderful. Outstanding.
In the meantime, I have this great idea today. I'm hoping to have food served soon.
Oh?
I'm commissioning something. I call it a food truck. It is a wagon that I serve food out of.
That sounds like a great idea.
Yep, so I'm hoping to get that going while I'm waiting for the Bard Rock to be reconstructed so I can get my income back.
It's like a food stand, but you can take
But it moves.
Yes! Why hasn't anyone thought of this yet? You're a genius.
Thank you. I wish more people would tell my father that. He just thinks I'm some sort of, goof around. Slacker. He called me a slacker when I was growing up.
Who's your father?
Birdsong of the Waterdeep songs.
Oh. So you're...
Yeah.
I see. And he immediately, starts, straightening his robes up a little bit. He's like, I didn't realize I was in the presence of nobility. I would have conducted myself more appropriately. I am so sorry.
It's fine. Between you and I'm a little disowned.
Immediately just drops the act of, oh, I see.
My father didn't like my choice of college.
Oh, I understand.
Sometimes parents, they just don't want their kids to follow their dreams.
You can say that again. I don't even know my parents.
You don't know your parents? That's awful.
Well, when you're sold into slavery as a child, you really don't have a choice in the matter, do you?
Armbar! He kind of looks you up and down and says, I can't think of many people in the world who could force you to do a damn thing.
They don't anymore, that's for damn sure. Only my boss over here. The only one I looked up to.
Force is a strong word.
I'll tell you what. When I find out some more information, you and I are going to sit down, and I'm going to teach you the letter C.
Oh, yeah! You gotta teach Minibar A and B, too.
Oh, dear. I don't think I knew what I was signing up for. I may bring some help.
Oh, it won't be that bad.
If it helps,
well, I don't know about
actually read
Minibar.
fluently in
Speak
Dwarf
for
now.
yourself!
So, you already see him, taking a mental tally of what books to bring. And kind of on cue, an unseen servant comes over with a book, and the title on the book, Brock, you can read it, says ABCs for Barbarians.
I love it.
Alright, it's good seeing you again. Armbar, try to rest up and, I don't know, eat your Wheaties or something before we get started.
You got it, buckaroo, and you take care, too.
Alright. Good to see you. Bye-bye.
Minibar kicks him in the shin before he runs off.
Oh, Jesus. roll a strength check.
Does Brock see Minibar?
Oh, I hit the wrong button. I hit a strength save. Is that the same thing?
It is not, but I will take the 2 that you rolled.
Okay.
So you kick him, you don't break his shin because he's a frail old man and it's Minibar. Instead, he just face plants. And he is not getting up, he's just on the ground groaning. Ow!
Did he take any damage?
He's probably. I'm not gonna.
Brock casts healing word and apologizes.
Okay. So, he's
and then
no longer.
Brock wild magic.
Yeah. Oh, shoot. Yup. Roll a D100.
Let me make sure. That is a 42. Alright. Life, universe, everything. Hit me.
It's what you get for healing an old man.
You and everything you own or carry on your person right now are size tiny. So, go down to size small.
Rock.
So, you go from being the same size category as Armbar, shrink down to the same size category as Minibar, then you shrink down to the same size category as the tiny goblins that were about house cat sized.
Boss, where'd you go?
I'm over here! I'm waving my arms over my head so he can see me.
Holy guacamole!
It's been a particularly bad Tuesday today.
I wouldn't have noticed you if you weren't blue.
Oh my god, I'm a smurf.
Yeah,
La 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 la.
Oh no, Gargamel!
I want to roll perception to make sure there aren't any cats nearby.
So there is a cat that is resting on the central librarian's desk, where you go to get help when you're trying to find something, you get the sense that it is a familiar and not prone to the same instincts as a regular cat.
Alright, Brock breathes a sigh of relief and then just, tries signaling Armbar to pick him up and put him on his shoulder.
I pick him up and put him on my shoulder.
Okay.
Wonder how long this one's gonna last.
So, Roshi has gotten to his feet, and he is still, limping a little bit, but, he's decided to make his way away. He does not want to get kicked in the shins again.
Alright, see you, Roshi!
So what are you guys doing?
I think it's time to go to bed, Armbar. Let's go back to the castle ward.
Yeah, I think you've had a hard enough day already, boss. Time to go to bed. Night-night.
Okay. So you guys, without any issue, make your way back to the castle ward, to the Blackstaff's tower, where she is hosting you until the matter with the Bard Rock Cafe is resolved.
Oh crap, Armbar, we have a small problem. My key's too small.
Yeah, and you're too small.
It is.
Well, how do we get on here? Like, I bust down the door?
Can we find a mage to cast Enlarge on me so I can return my key to return it to normal size?
Why does everything gotta be so difficult with you?
So, you do find a mage who is willing to cast Enlarge on you. And that brings you up to size small. Your key is still too small. You drop 2 size categories.
Man, I'm just gonna ask him to fix the key. Fixing me is a good idea.
So, the mage, on seeing the problem, because the key is still, very clearly marked for this door, the mage says, hang on just a moment. They go and they get the master key and they unlock the door and let you in. So,
thank you!
Is that going to be a problem for a long time?
I don't know. I don't know how much you guys have heard. I'm one of the people cursed with wild magic.
Yep.
It usually wears off, but I've been blue for about a week.
I see. Would you be interested in doing some experiments?
What kind of experiments?
Oh, magical poking and prodding just to see if we can figure out how to fix you.
How extensive poking and prodding are we talking about?
Oh,
am I gonna be a lab rat, or...?
Totally harmless, no risk at all, I promise.
Can I roll insight on that?
Yes, you can.
That is a 15 plus 1, 16.
This is a mage who is in the face of something really curious and unique. He is absolutely not to be trusted.
I think I'm fine, thank you.
Well, if you change your mind, just find me at the front desk.
Here's a gold coin for your trouble.
Thank you. I will put this to good use. Takes it and pockets it. So listen, if the key problem persists, just let me know, and we'll find a more permanent solution.
Alright, hopefully it'll wear off overnight. It usually wears off after a few hours, except for the blue thing. If you know anybody who can cast Remove Curse or whatever to make me not blue, that'd be great. But in my experience, mostly clergy know that spell, and, that's a thing right now.
I'll see what I can do. So, you turn in for the night. The tiny size does wear off, so you return back to your normal size. And then in the morning, that same mage is ready with an arcane version of the Remove Curse spell.
Oh, right, I'm not blue anymore!
Yes, they cast it on you, and you are now back to your normal shade.
Alright, thank you so much.
You're very welcome. It's on the house, courtesy of the Blackstaff. And with that, we are going to wrap this episode up, because it's getting late for us. So, we'll pick this up next time, how all these threads come together, what you guys do next. Thanks for listening, and we will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay, you listen to Bard Rock Cafe. Get on to sassygamers.com and listen to more episodes. And become a patron. I'll read your cards. Do it. Patreon.com/BardRockCafe. Till next time.